Hello, this is Monica Jahan Bose, and I'm in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital in the United States, and hopefully it will also be the 51st state someday. I am an artist and climate advocate and environmental activist, and I have been working in various media over the years. I'm mainly a painter, but my work expanded to include printmaking, drawing, film, performance, and socially engaged public art projects. And I founded a project called Storytelling with Saris almost 10 years ago in 2012. And that project collaborates with 12 women from my ancestral village and also communities around the world and in Washington, D.C., to bring attention to the intersection of climate, gender, and racial injustice. And we have used the sari. I used the sari. It's an 18 feet of unstitched material as one of my primary art materials, and I'm wearing one right now. And the reason I do it is because a sari is always reused and recycled. It is never thrown away. It is given from woman to woman, generation to generation, and when it wears out, thin, worn out layers of saris are, 3 layers are layered together and stitched to create baby blankets and shawls and curtains. My grandmother used to make curtains. So I thought it would be, for an environmental ecofeminist artist, I thought it would be a perfect art medium. So that's a little bit about me. I'm wearing one of the saris right now, one of our new saris. This has a bicycle in it, green energy, also an image of the Capitol building representing Washington, D.C. and federal power. And I'm so pleased to have been invited by Aletha Lindsay to be one of the selection committee members for the Discarded exhibit organized by Ikouii. I met Aletha actually back in December 2019 in Rome. Although she's based in Atlanta and I'm based in DC, I was in Rome. I had a show at the Macro Museum of Contemporary Art in Rome, and she came to one of the events, and I met her then. And so the selection committee for Discarded includes Aletha Lindsay, who's a curator, artist, and disability advocate, and Laura Hernandez, who's the founder of Gwinnett Recycles and also a zero waste advocate. And the three of us went through an incredible array of submissions from all over. And we looked at them individually, downloaded the images, and then we had a meeting. We had a Zoom meeting together and discussed all the work at length, and then made our final selections after the discussion. So the exhibit Discarded is all about recycling and recycled materials used in art, and it draws attention to the importance of sustainability and reducing consumption, reducing waste going to the landfill, and using materials again and again. And as artists, I think we have to think about what materials we choose very carefully, especially if we call ourselves environmental artists. But even if we don't, it's important to think about, what are the materials that we're putting into our work, and what do they represent, and what do they mean. And one of the rules for this exhibition was that an important factor was that the work had to be 70% recycled materials, and that was one of the factors we looked at very carefully in deciding whether to include the work. Also, we looked at the type of the quality of the work, how interesting is it, what is the composition like, how does it, how is it visually to the eye, and what does it say, what does the artist say about it, what is the concept behind it. We looked at many factors, and we tried to include a diverse range of artists, some artists that are much more established, some artists that are new. We also had a number of deaf artists who are part of this exhibit, I believe 3 of them, and really, really exciting work. I'm going to just say the names of all the artists that were chosen. Nana Yaserwa Akuku, Lori Dunsmore, Filippo Francocci, Bethany Graybert, Ellen Kleckner, David Isaacson, Ellen Mansfield, Laura Michael, Linda Teen, Antoinette Thompson, Labdi Shah, Elena Williams, and Sherry Ewens-Un. And we are also really pleased that this exhibition is taking place in April. That is the April 22nd is Earth Day, and it will be the 51st anniversary of Earth Day this year. And so it's really fitting to have this wonderful group of work from artists working in recycled materials to be featured during this month. And a lot of the artists used tons of interesting materials, found materials. One artist, a native artist, used a number of found sneakers that she found on her walks and to create sculpture. And we had another artist who used pieces of wood, discarded pieces of vinyl tile. Another artist who used discarded plastic to make work. There really, there's no end to the things you can use to make work. We have a variety of sculptures, a few paintings. Really very excited to be part of this work, and I'm especially thrilled that Ikouii works with a number of deaf artists. I also try to make my work inclusive and include a lot of artists in my work. Thank you so much to everyone, and I hope you'll see the show. I hope you'll engage with the work and also consider adding some of the work to your collections. Thank you.